Hi everyone, welcome to Ekandan Development Center, Majlis Arts and Science College, Puramannur. I am Jyoti, Assistant Professor, Department of Physics. Today we are going to discuss the topic geothermal energy. After watching this lesson, you will be able to understand about geothermal energy, important aspects of geothermal energy, structure of Earth's interior, geothermal system, hot spring structure, advantages and disadvantages of geothermal energy over other energy forms and applications of geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is primarily heat energy from Earth's own interior. The word geothermal comes from the Greek word geo meaning earth and thermal meaning heat. Geothermal energy is classified as renewable because the Earth's interior is and will continue in the process of cooling for the indefinite future. Hence, geothermal energy from the Earth's interior is almost inexhaustible as solar or wind energy, so long as its sources are actively sought and economically tapped. And as we travel down Earth's surface radially, there exists a temperature gradient of 0.03 degrees Celsius per meter. Thus, a 30 degrees Celsius increase in temperature can be obtained per kilometer depth from the Earth's crust. There are many local hotspots just below the surface where the temperature are much higher than expected. Groundwater, when comes into contact with hotspots, either dry or wet stream is formed. By drilling holes to these locations, hot water and steam can be tapped, and this can be used for power generation or space heating. Geothermal energy is present over the entire Earth's surface except that it is nearer to the surface in the volcanic areas. Heat transfer from the Earth's interior is by three primary means. One is direct heat conduction, second one is rapid injection of ballistic magma along natural rifts penetrating deep into Earth's mantles, and third one is bubble-like magma that boils upwards towards the surface. Next, we are going to discuss some important aspects of geothermal energy, and the first aspect is form of energy. Thermal energy available in the form of hot water, steam, geothermal brine, mixture of these fluids. And second aspect is availability. Geothermal energy is generally available deep inside the earth at a depth more than 80 km, hence generally not possible to extract. In a few locations in the world, deposits are at depths of 300 to 3000 meter. Such locations are called geothermal fields. Then, method of extraction. Deep production wells are drilled in the geothermal fields. The hot steam water or brine is extracted from the geothermal deposits by production wells by pumping or by natural pressure. Some geothermal fluids are hot water, hot brine, wet stream and mixture of above. The amount of geothermal energy released through Earth's crust is about 0.06 watt per meter square. Next important aspect is geothermal resources. Hydrothermal resources, geopressure resources, petrothermal resources, magma resources. Next, we are discussing about Earth's interior. I hope all of you know about this topic from high school geography classes. So let us start the topic. Structure of Earth's interior. We all know that Earth consists of the following parts: crust, mantle, core. Crust. It is the uppermost shell of Earth that extends to variable depths below mountains, continents and oceans. The thickness of crust is believed to be 0.90 km and several substances like limestone, coal, gold, petroleum, etc. are found in the crust. Second one is mantle. It is the second concentric shell of Earth that lies below the crust. The upper rigid part of the mantle extends up to 100 km below the separating crust and contains mainly iron and magnesium. The crust and upper mantle form the lithosphere. The lower mantle extending up to 2100 km below the Earth's surface is less rigid and is hotter, and this is known as asthenosphere and is capable of being deformed. The movement of lithosphere over the asthenosphere result in the phenomenon of plate tectonics, that is movement of Earth's crust. The hot molten rock of the mantle is called magma. The third part is, it is the innermost concentric shell of the earth. The core boundary begins at a depth of 2100 km from the surface and extends to the center of the earth at 6370 km. This layer is further subdivided into outer core and inner core. The outer core comprises the region from a depth of 2100 km to 5200 km below the earth's surface and behaves mere like a liquid. The inner core, with a thickness of around 1170 km, is believed to be a solid metallic body containing iron nickel alloy. And our next topic is geothermal system hot spring structure. Figure shows the schematic diagram depicting how hot springs are produced through hot magma or molten mass. The fractured crystalline rocks, the permeable rocks and percolating groundwater at a depth of 5000 meter or so lies an impermeable magma. Above the magma are the impermeable rocks, which are overlain by localized pockets of permeable rocks. One such localized pocket is shown in the figure. The localized pockets are bounded by the fracture zones, which some relative motion of rocks has occurred. Water circulates along the fracture zones as it goes down and moves in the earth's interior. It is heated by the permeable layer, which is in turn heated by the conduction of heat from the magma. The hot water comes out through another zone and forms a hot spring. Next, we are going to discuss the advantage and disadvantages of geothermal energy over other energy forms. Advantages: geothermal energy is cheaper and it is versatile in its use. And the third advantage of geothermal energy is it is least polluting as compared to other conventional energy sources. And geothermal energy is amenable for multiple uses from a single resource. And the next advantage is geothermal power plants have the highest annual load factors of 85% to 90% compared to 45% to 50% for fossil fuel plants. And next advantage is it delivers greater amount of net energy from its system as compared to another alternative or conventional systems. And geothermal energy from the earth's interior is almost as inexhaustible as solar or wind energy, so long as its sources are actively sought and economically tapped. Next is disadvantages. The first disadvantage is low overall power production efficiency, about 15% as compared to 35 to 40% for fossil fuel plants. Next one is drilling operation is very noisy. And third disadvantage is large areas are needed for exploitation of geothermal energy. And fourth one is the withdrawal of large amount of steam or water from a hydrothermal reservoir may result in the surface subsidence or settlement. Next, we are going to discuss the various applications of geothermal energy, and they are generation of electric power, space heating for buildings, industrial process heat. These three are the main applications of geothermal energy, and other applications are crop drying, plastic manufacture, paper manufacture, mushroom culture, timber seasoning, production of salt from sea, sewage heat treatment, greenhouse cultivation using discharge from a geothermal field. So, in this video, we discussed about geothermal energy, main aspects of geothermal energy, structure of Earth's interior, geothermal system, hot spring structure, advantages, disadvantages and applications of geothermal energy. I hope all of you understand. Thank you.